Guys, tattoos are such a spit on the face for black parents. I don't know why. For strict parents, oh my god, kore o se taudi o se ganana o dinakadikana of a boy in the house. Shut up, mom. Why don't you just shut up? And I'm like,
she said, don't be dropping the ball. All the memories of us having a ball. Wait, let me get your dough. Though I don't get paid to be a simp for this girl.
I'm sure you're shocked. Why you put and then she's back again for yet another video. Oh no. What it is, YouTuber? Welcome back to yet another episode. And you know who it is. If you are a returning subscriber, I just want to let you know how much of a gorgeous, wholesome you are. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure to click that red button, and while you're at that, don't forget to hit that notification bell. Anyway, I know, very shocking that I'm here again. Like, I meant it this time that I'm back. Basically, I put up a question thing on my Instagram, trying to get two perspectives of things, two sides to the story. When as a child who is of batsadi, like when you have batsadi for parents, meaning strict parents, and then you have parents, which are the cool parents. What are the things that you wouldn't dare do, knowing very well that they won't know about it, but you know about it, but because you're fully aware of the fact that this is the kind of background you grew up from, and these are your kind of parents. Your gut just says, no, I wouldn't dare to try this. I wouldn't dare try this with this particular mozzarella, right? So for that, I'm gonna be having a little brownie. Yeah, there's no way I can plug. I just got this from the cafeteria, bro. So they're kind of dry. Let's get into the first question, right? First person says that they weren't there dating, knowing very well but auntie and not parents. Okay, this is very subjective. Like, don't date when you know that you've got strict parents. Don't trust their patience. They're gonna get mad at you. Don't you dare trust patience outside, because I've seen a video of a grandmom literally acting out, wilding out, because their grandchild brought chicken licken to the house, and she's like, I'm very fully aware of the fact that you cannot afford chicken licken. Who is buying you chicken licken in my house for you to disrespectfully bring it to my house? That woman went off. So how much no dating, no boys, just listen to them. But hey, at the end of the day, you're a teenager. Do you, but if you know that someone disrespect the guy who wants to do this, right? That's just what I'm saying. Someone says drink their alcohol. I don't wanna lie, I probably would. My parents are strict. Like, my mom is the one that's I know she doesn't like this description of her, but I'm the firstborn, so I know what I mean by it. That lady does not play jokes, okay? Like, she doesn't play games. So drinking her alcohol, like the strict side of my parents, I think of my mom. Drinking her alcohol, my mom doesn't drink. She's very much does not drink. She does not drink at all. I would do it myself. I'd steal it, but obviously just a sip, not like the whole bottle and steal the alcohol. But there are those parents, they can sniff it when even just 10 milliliters of their alcohol is missing. But that's really funny. For you to be disciplined enough to know that you shouldn't drink that alcohol, that parent is strict. Next person says, throw a party when I'm home alone. The way my younger siblings and I are always home alone. Like, guys, but it's bad draining. I can't tell you. I mean, I've never thrown a party when I'm home alone. I think it's simply because as I grew older, my mom she just started having she started trusting us a whole lot. So this weekend, don't be shocked, we're hosting a party. Like, we thought we were just joking. This lady's like, yeah, so long as you clean my house, but otherwise, deuces, I'm out. So long as we clean your house, like, I was so shocked. I was so shocked at that version of hell. How the woman or I thought she was gonna tell us papa dog. Like, what do you mean now? But yeah, some parents, you wouldn't dare to throw a party when you're home alone because they're gonna sniff it and you're gonna get your uncles, your aunties called for a meeting. The next person says go partying with her car if she's out of town. Girl, it's not that deep. How would you know? How would your mom know? How would you know? Just make sure that or make sure gore petrol we busa ha ne le teng. Even if you travel like a few distances, make sure that lenaka is exactly where. Don't even overdo it. Don't even know. It's exactly where you left it, right? And then number 3, make sure to adjust the seats to where you found them. Adjust those seats. Don't leave anything in a state where you didn't find it. That's how you can get away with that type of murder. Of going with the car. Ever since I got my driver's license, my parents trust me. Like, my mom trusts me. My dad trusted me as well. So I didn't have to like to see it as getting without you or something to take that car and go to parties. Okay, not that I did it, but I didn't need to like sneak out or all of that. What else would I use? Because especially my mom, she preferred rather I take her car. But I think also she was trying to trap me, okay? My mom, every time I went out, she always tried to make sure that I take her car. And obviously, you have to come back home sober. You have to come back home. And then there was a time where I actually, instead of using my mom's car, I think it was on my birthday celebration, instead of using my mom's car, because I clocked this thing, I'm like, this lady, I think she's trapping me with her car. Every time I need to go out for night events, I must use her car. So I was like, no, I'm not using her car. And then I was like, no, I'll take a cab, I'll pay for it. She was like, that's quite a shock. She literally said, but yeah, I think when you grow older, when you get a driver's license and drive safely, you do not have car accidents or anything that crazy. Your parents will learn to trust you and you can go out for parties with their car. They eventually just preferred, especially with the girls' side. If you're a girl child, your parents just, when you start the driving part, I think they get this thing of, so that the boys don't harass them. Let them just go with the car. So strict parents are strict until you start growing up as a girl, and then they start realizing, hey, she must live a little, Someone says they would never dare to resort to violence. Yeah, I could never do that because even as a kid, if you know that you're gonna fight at school, why it's your mom or because my mother was never the one to take my side when I'm wrong. She will be there waiting for me. Got the weapon. Ki choose how to a weapon if. Kana o tla ba go thopela. O tla ba go bolela the options tsa gago. It's an ABC type of situation. O batla lebante, which is a belt. O batla thupa. Obviously ke thupa or setlhako. So why you choose mo go ditritse gore which is which? Because why am I getting into a violent fight? Why couldn't I hold myself? Violence is just never the answer when it comes to our parents, because they'll violate you when you get home as a way of payment or punishment from that violence that you were doing, of disrespecting the environment, the audience, and violence. Somebody says, speak out loud. Yo. The danger. Yeah, I wouldn't dare speak out loud. And that's the sad part though about our homes. Okay, speak out loud, the way I'm understanding it is like, let's say you're being told to do something, you're like, hey, I said I would do it. But that's disrespectful. I would never do that. But speak out loud could also mean that if maybe your parent tells you to do this, you come with like a very valid explanation as to why you're not comfortable with something. I'm not saying horumia, but like big deal something. Maybe they want you to do sciences, but you're like, I'm actually not too comfortable with that. Speak out loud could mean that. But if it's the latter, there's no child that's gonna disrespect a parent like that. And someone is telling me, at the school that they go to, mom, shut up, mom. Why don't you just shut up? And I'm like, because what the hell is that? That's disrespectful. I could never, even if my parent was a cool parent and they raised me in a certain type of way, I could trust and believe I like that. Like someone says that they wouldn't dare that tell their parents everything, and I understand it. Like sometimes your parents don't need to know everything, so long as they know you're respectful, that's fine. But hey, same as people that tell their parents about their relationships, like that's just too much of an information for me. Like I'm never comfortable, even if my partner was to like try and introduce me to their parents. Whether your parents are cool or not, when it comes to like relationships or romantic anything, and you want your parents to be fully aware of the person that you are seeing, for me it's a very uncomfortable situation. I think it's because of the way I was raised. That is very haram in this household. Now you want me to shift the lens so easily, so swiftly, to say that your parent can look at it in another way. No, she's a parent. Parent to me is what I think of at home, which is my parent. So I can never just fathom, like I can never just understand that that unseat. Don't tell your parents everything. Like you don't need to tell them everything. Be open, have a conversation, but you don't need to tell them everything. Because imagine trying to say, hey mama, something, you say something. Mama like should be shocked herself. Someone says, go clubbing even though I know I can get away with it. Me hell. Yeah, I think that's why to this day I've never been to Corner Couch. I've never been to, what do they call it, Clubhouse. I've never been to Cigar Lounge. I've never been to Tunnel. I've never been to all these clubs because I don't know. Let's all live in I'm alright. But now that I think about it, it's not Letswalo. It's just my mother's voice saying that. Not even her voice, her facial reaction going. Yeah, it's just you see, the thing is, the funny part about my teenagehood is that I didn't necessarily live with my mother for most of my teens. I lived with my dad. So my dad was more of a very much, paternal approach into parenting. Like he had more of like that paternal approach, meaning that live life, experience life, experience is the best teacher. He wanted you to be a kid. He wanted you to be out there. He wanted you to discover yourself. Everything of that nature. My mom is the complete opposite. So I remember her strict side because she raised me through my primary times. And the primary times, so I can't take away that image. I can't it can't be removed. As much as now, like, we're cool, the relationship has transitioned from the strict mother to now someone you can actually have a conversation with. I still fear her. Like, that fear is still there, and she keeps on saying, and I'm like, you just don't remember. The thing is, you became soft when my younger siblings came through, but so going to clubbing, it's more of a thing of, hey, I think of that woman. Is this decision gonna have consequences to do with her. Because like it's I can get away with it, like this guy is saying. I can know that I'm getting away with it, but hey. And then someone says, traveling somewhere, mama saiti, guys. Like, what if I get into a car accident or what? Dude, I always get that feeling. Like, every time I have to make a decision about going somewhere, location changing, I'm just there imagining of a situation whereby I'm in a car accident. Mama wa lediwa. God forbid, but hypothetically, malapodisa later, ke ko mo mase me kana ngwana ha go tlhokahetse re mo maung I'd actually flip as a parent. Maung, I left this child at home. Wile maung yang aswala ko maung yang wantswara kana God forbid ke tsena mo hospitaling, I'm hospitalized where I am, maybe in Kasani or something, but now I told my mom gore I'm going for a sleepover at Auda's house. I would just always think about those situations. One thing I'll be honest about with my parents, even if he had not been down long per se, but just going out and chilling with my friends, is being accurate with my location. Block 5. Block 5, you don't need to know. It's a gathering or whatever I tell you, but just at least so long as they know that, that's the most important thing for me when I go out, hey? And then someone says, stay over the night, mama saiti, even if she's not there. Staying over the night, mama saiti. Oh, like going out and then your mom doesn't know but thing. Guys, I'll tell us actually. My next video should be a story time on this particular incident, and I've never. My mom didn't know anything, because thank God those were the times where I was still too young to have a phone, but not too young. I went out and gosh, I had to sleep at my cousin's house, but that wasn't a planned thing. I needed to be back home. I needed to go home. But situations were not allowing. I didn't have a way to go home at that time. And hey, dog, even if your mom is there or not, go home. Go and sleep at home. That's the most important thing as a Motswana child, daughter. What? I feel like my latest is 12, but as I got older, my latest was like half 11. When I was still living with my dad child, it was 1. It was 1, somewhere around 1. But with my mom, obviously the rules change, so I'd come back latest 11:30, somewhere there. I have to come back home. I'm using her car. I need to come back home at a reasonable time. Whether it's already kids or what, I need to be home at a reasonable time. A time that makes sense. A time that won't be having me cleaning the fridges, the floors, the ceiling the next day. I went out, but I feel like some type of way of being in a house in or something. And then someone says, never. To me, these things happen. Like, so long as the problem is that, you know what? I think I have a very biased perspective on this one, because like I'm saying, my parents trusted me with their cars, so it's not much of a big deal to me. But now I've driven my dad's car without a driver's license, and the first thing I did that I messed up on was the car seats. And then he was asking me, what is happening in my car? Were you driving my car without a license? And I was like, Papa, no, I was just shooting a YouTube video. I didn't even know what hen berti hakai. Because I mean, I can't know to keep it or can't taking inside accelerator. Can't Handbrake. Oh my god, my dad. So, is provided you know how to drive. Number 2 is if they say it. If they say, don't. But I mean, you can, but don't. And it depends on the siblings you have. If your siblings can't cover up for you, child, forget. But I also get that feeling. I also get why you wouldn't. Because I had a time whereby I wouldn't dare take my parents' car. Especially my mother's. Nah. Someone says he wouldn't dare have kids without a ring. I believe you on that one. I believe you on that one. The way things have been escalating, I think there are too many cool parents, guys. I don't know what's happening. People are having children. My age mates. Oh my god. I'm not judging or anything. I mean, maybe I am. But I would never. Now my fear wouldn't be about telling my mother I am with child. My fear would be that what is she gonna do to me? The embarrassment. I would. The suicide I'd commit, right? I hope YouTube doesn't cancel me for that. But I would commit would be solely because I was too afraid to face my mom, and not because I am with child. The child is not the problem. The mother that I have to face. Tell her that I'm with child without a... No, guys. Even if I was to be 25 tomorrow, I still feel like it would be teenage pregnancy because I do not have it. That's my right hand, but a ring, certain things, we keep them, especially if you come from a family whereby your parents are still married. What are you trying to imply? What did your parents not teach you type of situation? If you Someone says, bring a nigga to the house when they are at work. This one, guys. I don't know. Don't you ever get this feeling of, even if you were to bring a female friend there, or a friend of the same gender, African parents, strict parents, they have this thing of making us feel like ba re begile go di camera o moa wa bone ntse o teng o lebile hela ka letlho re bona ngwananyana bona sonyanase jiki o simola o hallucinate wa kanya gore gate ya bulega wa kanya gore mabati a sunya ke wa tswa o. So I really understand. For me, even just bringing my girlfriends there, it's if I remember my friend that is your mom there? Moms would be like, it's your mom there, not about your mom. But simply because there are certain values that our parents instill in us, and if they don't want to remember, we're household members. We don't even pay rent, right? We're not landlords. So it's a more of a thing of respect the fact that you are just a household member. This is not your house. Don't bring your friends in. If your parents are strict parents and they're strict, don't mess around and bring your friends around, even if you know that they don't know. Just don't, because it's all in the mind. If they've already managed to bank and you psychologically, so I understand. And then someone says have in my parents' house. Lol. Damn. How does that even happen? Do you go to your bed? I don't even want to think about it. Don't they do that? Don't try it, guys. Don't try it. Don't. I feel like certain things I can't comment for now. I'm just a 20-year-old. I'm still a household member. If I was 30, I'd have a lot to say about this question, about this particular commentation that you made, this comment that you made. But guys, don't try that. If you know your parents are straight. Someone says go partying with friends. Guys, you only live once. I mean, we have strict parents, but sometimes I mean, they'll beat you, and then what? Now that I always look at it, but then because got forever. Think about it. When has your parent ever think about it. So hey, I'm gonna go party, go have a little fun, but don't overdo it. Be responsible. You only live once, but then there's this thing of people taking it for irresponsibility. Go out with your friends, but be responsible about it. Don't be over drinking. If you want to try out alcohol, don't over drink. Don't get drunk. Don't smell like a brewer when you get to your mother's house. Sober the F up, bro. Knowing that you're going to go to your mom's house. Normally the mothers are strict. I mean, there are some people who their fathers are strict, but knowing that you're going to your parents' house, don't try anything funny. Don't come back home late. If you have a curfew, respect it, because they will never let you go out again if you do not respect that curfew. Just be respectful. Be respectful. Don't come kakolo yetlo diangira mudumo. Just be nangwana. We don't come so pakela me o clean a fridge, o clean a ceiling, o clean a hotel. Did the garden why the cleaner? Someone says drugs. Yeah, I could never do drugs. Oh lolo. The powder. Oh no. Drugs. I could never do drugs. Even if my parents knew, I think we're not gonna know anything about it. Simply because, guys, those things you were taught go school. Do not do drugs. Like, don't try anything that's not alcohol. Let me just say that. Don't smoke. Just now my advice to you is that don't do anything else besides alcohol. Okay, that is not alcohol. I mean, because the minute you are into something, those things are addictive. Let's start there. So the minute you do it once, you always do it again. The minute you allow peer pressure to deter you to such stuff like drugs and substances and whatnot, you're gone for good. And now that's a thing where you're more of a burden. Forever. You become that personality. Your drugs take a lot of yourself, your being as a whole, and you give into it. Your whole life is determined by the drugs. The drugs are going to jump water how high. You don't want that for yourself. It's more of like a life destroying decision than it is about your parents. So don't do drugs, guys. Don't do drugs. Stick to alcohol. Poo's a goggle. Someone just brought up a very, very valid one. Someone says they could never dare cohabitate, knowing very well what their motsadi is unaware of that. That is something I could never do. Cohabitate, even if my parents never knew about it for years, I could never. I always say this, and I'll say this again. Girls, honey, listen, take notes. Do not be giving someone that you are a girlfriend to wife privileges. Do not want to turn yourself into a wife when you're not. Why are you living with someone's son under the same roof? For sure, it's a happy living family. Your uncles are unaware of this. Your uncles are unaware of this. Your family is unaware of this. Why are you giving into that life when it's not official? Like, they have to commit to you for them, for it to make sense. Where's the commitment? Yeah, you want to share costs. Life is easier than more, but why are you not formalizing the stuff? Because that's how he stays with you as a girlfriend for 10 years. Because some things, no, man. You need to understand you are the leader. You are the upfront leader. You must you're the prize here. And if someone is not able to see that value and appreciate it, girl, bye. Leave it bounce. Dip. This is how Kaylee is in the predicament that she was. Now, if I was Kaylee, I'd never accept such an engagement of asking and pleading with someone who would please marry me. Guys, no, siriti is dima. Something, So yeah, cohabitating. Please don't try it. Please don't try it out. Please. Imagine you're cohabitating with someone for 5 years, only to find out later he's been cheating on you. He's giving you STDs and STIs, because then he can do whatever. He's just a boyfriend. I mean, there's no long-term commitment that comes with that. I mean, I know husbands do that as well, but at least he would know that there's something at stake if they're in community of property. It's a whole thing of a government knowing something that these people are together. So I do not know. cohabitating, no. Maybe weekend visits, something like that, a sleepover, but not let's move in and live together. No, get married first. Get the ring first. Someone says, bring a dude to the house when I'm home alone. Those people will eventually find out, and how, I don't know. Like I'm saying, but then when they go like they leave their spirits. You without a gate bulega, mesa bulega. Without the mabaki and a swing, me hosana le haile. How war. Conscious I was it, I can say what I do. Shit, I messed up. So I get you. I so get you, bro. And then someone says, bring someone home. We talked about it. Bringing someone home. Hey guys, this one has also a show code. Hey, someone says, sneak out and spend a night somewhere else. To my 20 years of living on this earth, guys, I'm in my 20s. I'm gonna be 21. Never have I ever snuck out the house. Even if I did, it was probably just for collecting something outside and then getting back into the house. I don't know if people get the guts to be sneaking out. Like, electrical fence or not, how on earth are you sneaking out? Now my mom would know. Like, how my mom would know. Happen now my mom is so, like, my mom is the one that locks the house. So she knows what all little like mabadi gate as when I lotala herself. What about motala to? What man is a baby. So hey, sneaking out ingalo. Not that I feel hey, what yo like the procedures to sneaking out are just a lot more nerve-wracking for me. I'm sure. Sneaking out, hey guys. It would give me a panic attack. I won't lie. Me personally, it would give me a personal attack. I think a panic attack, even if my parents didn't know about it. Someone says, sneak out a girl into the house. Yeah, my mom is calling that girl's parents the morning we wake up and telling them, "What do you know your child is in my house?" What unruly behavior is this? Hey, there would be a serious parent-to-parent meeting that comes out of that visit, because she's gonna want to ruri ha tsakanya gore a me o kubile ko ga lona o batla mo jarateng ya gagwe o sa dumedisa le go tsena ka jarata gagwe ha itse go mo jarateng. So I wouldn't try it. Sneak out, no sneaking out, nope. They said a list of things, sorry. Sneaking out, they said they wouldn't dare to sneak out, smoke weed, cigarettes, drink, party all night, and do hard drugs like marijuana and cocaine. I also get you. You can't do this with parents as a whole. No. Yeah, I can't remember to list the lens to the cover lens. Yeah, no. And then the last two, someone says, get a tattoo or get impregnated. Yeah, the other person also says get a tattoo. Guys, tattoos are such a spit on the face for black parents. I don't know why. For strict parents, oh my god, kore o se taudi o se gana now o dinakadikana of a boy in the house. Oh, you're being disowned even from the church, from everything. Because why do you have a tattoo? God doesn't want you to have a tattoo. You are beautiful in the image of God. Why are you ruining the body? They will tell you how you'll never enter the gates of heaven with what you have done. That type of sin, that's a tattoo for them. And getting pregnant before marriage is just, I think this applies. Even as a teenager, guys, you're disappointing the team. You're disappointing the gang, bro. Bored. Guys, happen to that dude didn't do like I got when I concept the drugs, the tattoo, impregnations, what, the what. We learn about these things from Standard 5. PSLE teaches us about these things all the way until high school. Okay, fine. But your environment talks about these things. You're fully aware of them. Why are you trying things when you know kind of every decision that you make literally has a consequence? All right, consequence, yeah, whatever, right? Every decision you make, and good unless and until you understand the fact that how address the fact that every decision you make, even just to wake up early or late, that decision has an aftermath. So I don't understand why these things happen when you were taught about them in school. You knew what you like. You know what? I'd go on and on with a rant like this, but also it would seem like I'm judging a person or I'm being on one side. No, I'm not judging anyone. These are just my beliefs. Do you, babe? But go, you knew about this from primary. You knew what you were doing. Why are you letting yourself getting carried away when it's not your time to be doing those things? You're not even married. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was quite lengthy. I hope it's not 40 minutes long. Make sure to tell a friend, to tell another friend, and even internationally, baby, we can do this. That was very horrible, but see you on the next episode. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Wait, let me get your dough, though I don't get paid to be a simp for this girl. You